I'm standing at the altar in my wedding dress, smiling at everyone, but my heart is racing. The seat next to my parents is empty. The one meant for my best friend. She promised she would stand beside me today as my maid of honor. We had planned this wedding together for months. She wasn't just my maid of honor. She was the person who knew every chapter of my life. The person who helped me survive heartbreak, bad jobs, family struggles, everything. She promised me she would be there, but she isn't here. No call. No message. Nothing. Guests whisper quietly in the rows of chairs. My mother keeps glancing toward the entrance, like Sophia might walk in any second. The wedding planner looks stressed, checking her phone over and over. Beside me, my fiancé, Ryan, gently squeezes my hand. "Don't worry about it," he whispers calmly. "She probably just didn't want to see you this happy." I frown slightly. That doesn't sound like Sophia. But the music starts playing and the doors open. Everyone stands and turns to watch me. There's no time to question anything now. So I force myself to smile. I walk down the aisle. I say my vows. And a few minutes later, I become Ryan's wife. But later that night, when the celebration is over and Ryan is in the shower, his phone lights up beside the bed. A message appears on the screen. 3 words. "You married her anyway?" And suddenly, that empty chair doesn't feel like a mystery anymore. It feels like a warning I ignored. Ryan is still in the shower when his phone vibrates again on the bedside table. The screen glows in the dim hotel room. I stare at it for a moment, telling myself to ignore it. Ryan and I have always trusted each other. We never checked each other's phones. But something about that message feels wrong. Slowly, I pick up the phone. The message thread is already open. The contact has no name, just a number. My stomach tightens as I start scrolling. The conversation isn't romantic. It's tense. Arguments fill the screen. The other person keeps repeating the same sentence again and again. "You need to tell Ava the truth." My breath catches. Ryan's replies are cold and confident. "She won't believe you. She trusts me." My heart starts pounding as I scroll further back. Then I see a message sent just 3 days before the wedding. From the same number. "If you don't tell her, I will." Ryan's response comes immediately. "Try it. I'll ruin you." My hands begin shaking. I glance up at the top of the conversation to see who the number belongs to. And my heart stops. It's Sophia, my best friend. The bathroom door opens behind me as Ryan steps out with a towel around his shoulders. I quickly lock the phone and place it back on the table. Ryan smiles warmly at me. "Best day ever, right?" he says. But suddenly I'm not sure what kind of day it really was. The next morning I try to act like everything is normal. Ryan makes coffee in the hotel room and hums happily while getting dressed. Watching him behave so calmly makes my chest feel tight. Finally, I gather the courage to ask the question that has been haunting me all night. "Ryan, why didn't Sophia come to the wedding?" He pauses for a moment, just long enough for me to notice. Then he sighs like someone forced to talk about something uncomfortable. "She told me something a few months ago," he says slowly. "What?" Ryan hesitates before answering. "She said she had feelings for me." The words hit me like a shock. I stare at him, completely confused. He explains that after we got engaged, Sophia started acting strange, emotional, distant. "She told me she thought we were meant to be," Ryan says quietly. My stomach twists. But I told her no, obviously. Ryan shakes his head sadly. She didn't take it well. Suddenly Sophia, missing the wedding, seems less mysterious. Ryan shrugs. She probably couldn't stand watching us get married. I nod slowly, trying to process everything. But something about his explanation doesn't match the messages I saw. Later that day I send Sophia a message. "Are you okay?" The message delivers instantly. But hours pass. No response. Then I check her social media. Her accounts are gone. Every single one. Deleted. And suddenly I start wondering, did Sophia disappear because she was guilty? Or because someone forced her to stay silent? A week later, Ryan and I return home from our honeymoon. Everything seems normal on the outside. Ryan laughs easily, talks about our future, and tells everyone how happy he is. But the messages I saw keep replaying in my mind. You need to tell Ava the truth. She won't believe you. One night while Ryan is asleep beside me, curiosity finally wins. I quietly pick up his phone. The conversation with Sophia is gone. Completely deleted. My stomach drops. But Ryan forgot something. His email is still open. Inside his inbox, I notice a folder labeled personal. At first it looks harmless. But when I open it, I see dozens of hotel confirmations, dinner reservations, flight tickets, all from the months before our wedding. At first I assumed they were business trips. Then I noticed something strange. The guest names on the reservations aren't mine. In fact, one woman's name appears again and again. Different cities, different dates, fancy hotels. My chest tightens. Ryan wasn't just lying about Sophia. He had been meeting someone else for months, maybe longer. I close the email slowly, trying to calm my racing thoughts. Because something tells me this isn't just an affair. It's something bigger. And I've only just found the first crack in Ryan's perfect story. Over the next few weeks, I start noticing small things. Things I would have ignored before. Ryan starts working late more often. His phone is always face down on the table. Sometimes he steps outside to answer calls. Whenever I ask who it was, he casually says, work. One evening, Ryan leaves his laptop open while taking a shower. I try to ignore it, but then a message notification pops up on the screen. 3 words. Miss you already. My stomach drops. I open the message. The woman sending it uses heart emojis. They talk about dinner the night before, about a hotel room, about meeting again soon. My hands start shaking. But instead of confronting Ryan, I quietly take a photo of the screen with my phone. Then another. Then another. I don't know exactly what I'm building, but something tells me the truth will matter later. Because the more I watch Ryan, the clearer the pattern becomes. Different women, different messages, different lies. And the worst part, none of them seem to know he's married. One night, I wake up to the sound of Ryan talking in the kitchen. His voice is low but serious. I step quietly into the hallway and freeze when I hear my name. I told you Ava trusts me completely, Ryan says. My chest tightens. I stay hidden behind the wall, so he won't see me. Then he laughs. A cold, confident laugh I've never heard before. Once everything is merged after the marriage, it's easy. Merged? My heart starts pounding. Later that night, I check our financial accounts. And suddenly something makes sense. For weeks, Ryan has been encouraging me to combine our savings. Move my inheritance into joint investments. At the time, it sounded like a normal step for married couples. But now it feels different. Planned. Carefully planned. If I had agreed to those transfers, Ryan would have gained access to everything. My savings. My inheritance. My future security. In that moment, something terrifying becomes clear. Ryan didn't just marry me for love. He married me because I was financially stable, because I trusted him, because I was the perfect target. I need answers, but I can't ask Ryan directly. So I reach out to a mutual friend who used to spend time with Sophia. When I ask if she knows where Sophia went, the friend hesitates. Then she says something strange. She left town suddenly. No goodbye. No explanation. Just gone. But before she left, the friend adds quietly, she seemed really scared. Scared of what? The friend explains that Sophia had been nervous during their last conversation. She kept looking around like someone might be watching. At one point, she even whispered something that stuck in the friend's memory. I tried to warn her. Warn me? My stomach twists. Then the friend tells me something else. The night before my wedding, Sophia was crying. Not angry. Not jealous. Just heartbroken. And she kept repeating one sentence. I hope Ava finds out the truth someday. As I drive home that night, one question keeps echoing in my mind. What truth was Sophia trying to tell me? That night I make an important decision. I'm not going to confront Ryan. Not yet. Instead, I start collecting evidence. Messages. Emails. Photos. Receipts. every suspicious thing I can find. Weeks pass, and the evidence keeps growing. More women appear in Ryan's conversations. Different cities, different stories, different lies. Sometimes he tells them he's single. Other times he says he's stuck in a complicated relationship. But none of them know the truth. None of them know he's married. One night, I read a conversation that makes my stomach turn. A woman asks Ryan if he's serious about their future. Ryan replies with a laughing emoji. Then he writes something that makes my chest tighten. Don't worry. My wife is just the safe option. Financial security. I stare at the screen in silence. The man I married isn't just cheating. He's mocking me behind my back. But instead of exploding with anger, I keep collecting proof. Because something tells me I'll need it soon. One evening, Ryan forgets his tablet on the kitchen table. It's connected to his phone, which means all his messages appear there too. I open it slowly. At first, I see the same conversations I already know about. Then I notice a thread hidden deeper in the list. The contact name makes my heart stop. Sophia. The conversation stretches back months before the wedding. At first, Sophia sounds confused. She had discovered Ryan talking to another woman. She asked him to explain. But the more she investigated, the more she uncovered. Different women, different lies. Finally, she sends a message that makes my chest tighten. You can't marry Ava while doing this. Ryan replies coldly. Watch me. Tears fill my eyes as I scroll further. Sophia begs him to tell me the truth. She says, I deserve honesty. Then I reach the final message she sent the night before my wedding. I can't stand beside you tomorrow knowing you're lying to her. Ryan's reply comes seconds later. Then don't come. Suddenly everything makes sense. The empty chair. The silence. Sophia didn't abandon me. She refused to support a lie. At the bottom of the conversation is something even worse. A message from Ryan that makes my blood run cold. If you tell Ava anything, I'll make sure everyone hears what you did with your boss. I stare at the screen in shock. Blackmail. Sophia had discovered his lies. She tried to warn me, and Ryan threatened her career to keep her silent. My chest fills with guilt. I believed Ryan's story. I thought Sophia betrayed me, but the truth is the opposite. She was trying to protect me, and I married the man she was trying to expose. The realization hurts more than anything else, but slowly the guilt turns into something stronger. Anger. Cold, focused anger. Ryan thinks he has won. He thinks the wedding means his lies are safe. But he has no idea what I know now. And he definitely doesn't know how much proof I have. For the first time since the wedding, I start thinking about something new. Justice. A few days later, I schedule a meeting with a lawyer. I don't mention divorce yet. I just ask for advice. When I show him the evidence I've collected, he studies everything carefully. The messages, the hotel reservations, the financial requests. After several minutes, he leans back in his chair. If this information is accurate, he says slowly, your husband may have committed financial fraud. I blink in surprise. He explains something I never considered. If someone marries another person while secretly planning to manipulate their money, it can have serious legal consequences. Ryan wasn't just cheating. He might have been setting up a financial trap. The lawyer gives me simple advice. Don't confront him yet. Keep documenting everything. Then, he adds something important. People who think they're smarter than everyone often make the biggest mistakes. As I leave the office, I feel something I haven't felt in weeks. Control. Ryan believes I'm still blind. But I'm not. And soon, that mistake will cost him everything. A few days later, Ryan announces something exciting. He wants to throw a large celebration party. A wedding success, event for friends, co-workers, and family. He says it's a chance for everyone to celebrate our future together. The guest list grows quickly. Friends promise to attend. Co-workers confirm they'll be there. Even Ryan's business partners plan to come. Everyone seems excited. Everyone except me. Because as Ryan happily plans the event, I realize something important. This party could become something else. A stage. A place where the truth finally comes out. Meanwhile, I continue gathering evidence. My lawyer helps organize everything carefully. Messages, financial records, voice recordings. Then something shocking appears in the guest list. One of the women Ryan has been seeing is also invited to the party because she believes she's his girlfriend. Suddenly, Ryan's celebration party doesn't look like a celebration anymore. It looks like the perfect place for the truth to explode. 2 days before the party, my phone buzzes with a message from an unknown number. The text is simple. Ava, it's Sophia. My heart starts racing. She explains that she left town because she was afraid of Ryan. After he threatened her reputation, she felt trapped. If she told me without proof, she was afraid I would believe him instead. But she never stopped watching, never stopped collecting evidence. Then she sends several files, screenshots, voice recordings, photos. The evidence she gathered is even stronger than mine. It confirms everything. Ryan's lies, his cheating, his manipulation. Finally, Sophia sends one last message. If you're ready, we can expose him together. I stare at the screen for a long time. For weeks, I thought I was fighting this alone. But now I'm not. And suddenly the plan forming in my mind becomes much bigger, much more devastating. Because the man who thought he controlled the story is about to face the truth. And this time, he won't be able to silence anyone. The next evening I meet Sophia in person for the first time since the wedding. When I see her standing outside a quiet cafe, we both freeze for a second. Then we hug. Neither of us says anything for a moment. There are too many emotions: relief, guilt, anger, sadness. I'm so sorry, Ava, Sophia finally whispers. I shake my head.
No, I'm sorry.
I believed him. Sophia explains everything that happened before the wedding. When she discovered Ryan's cheating, she started digging deeper. At first, she thought it was just one affair. But the more she investigated, the worse it became. Multiple women, different cities, lies everywhere. She confronted Ryan and demanded he tell me the truth. Instead, he threatened her career and reputation. So she left town because she didn't know how to warn me without proof. Then she opens her laptop and shows me everything she collected. Messages, voice recordings, photos. The evidence is overwhelming. For a moment I sit there in silence. Then I say something that surprises even me. I don't want revenge. Sophia looks confused. I continue. I want the truth to destroy him. And together we begin planning exactly how that will happen. With Sophia's evidence and my lawyer's help, we begin digging deeper into Ryan's life. What we discover shocks even my lawyer. Ryan doesn't just have one bank account. He has several. Hidden accounts with money moving in strange patterns. Small deposits from different women. Payments labeled as investments or business opportunities. My lawyer studies the transactions carefully. Then he leans back in his chair. This looks like a pattern, he says. What kind of pattern? I ask. Financial manipulation. Ryan had been convincing different women to invest in fake opportunities, borrowing money with promises of future profits, and disappearing once they started asking questions. My stomach turns. I realize something terrifying. If I had merged my finances with Ryan like he wanted, I might have been his biggest target yet. The lawyer nods seriously. What you have here could destroy him legally. For the first time since the wedding, I feel something new. Power. But my lawyer also says something important. Timing matters. If the truth comes out the right way, Ryan won't be able to escape it. And suddenly the celebration party he planned starts looking like the perfect moment. Ryan spends the next few days excitedly planning the party. He talks about it constantly. This is going to be huge, he tells me one evening. Everyone important will be there. Friends, co-workers, business partners, even some potential investors. Ryan believes the party will strengthen his reputation. What he doesn't realize is that the guest list is also perfect for something else. Exposure. Meanwhile, Sophia and I continue organizing the evidence. Every message, every recording, every financial document. Everything is carefully saved and backed up. Then we discover something unexpected. One of the women Ryan manipulated is already on the party guest list. She believes Ryan is still her boyfriend. My stomach twists. Sophia and I exchange a look. What if she knew the truth? Sophia asks. The idea spreads quickly. Within days, we manage to contact 2 other women Ryan lied to. At first, they don't believe us. Until we show them the evidence. The dates. The messages. The lies. Their reactions are the same as mine. Shock. Anger. Betrayal. And suddenly Ryan's carefully controlled world begins to crack. Over the next few days, I speak with several of the women Ryan deceived. Each conversation reveals something new. One woman explains that Ryan convinced her to lend him thousands of dollars for a business opportunity. Another woman says Ryan promised they would move in together once he ended a complicated relationship. That complicated relationship was me. None of them knew about the others. None of them knew about the marriage. Ryan told each woman a different story, a different lie, but the truth connects them all. When the women realize what happened, something powerful happens. Instead of blaming each other, they unite. We deserve the truth too, one of them says firmly. Another woman nods. And he deserves consequences. Suddenly the plan becomes bigger than Sophia and me. Ryan didn't just betray one person. He betrayed many. And now those people are ready to stand together. Meanwhile, Ryan continues planning the party like nothing is wrong. Laughing.
Smiling.
Confident. Watching him behave like that makes my stomach twist. Because he has no idea what's coming. The night before the party, Ryan sits beside me on the couch. He wraps an arm around my shoulders. You know, he says casually, we should finalize merging our accounts next week. My heart pounds. He's still trying. Still pushing for my money. I force myself to smile. That sounds like a good idea, I say calmly. Ryan grins, clearly pleased. I knew you'd understand. Inside, anger burns in my chest. Ryan truly believes he has complete control over the situation. He thinks I trust him completely. He thinks the wedding locked me into his plan. But what he doesn't know is that every lie he tells now becomes more evidence. Every manipulation strengthens the case against him. Later that night I message Sophia. Everything is ready. She replies instantly. Tomorrow the truth finally comes out. I stare at the message for a long moment. Tomorrow Ryan's world will start collapsing. And he won't even see it coming. The night of the celebration party arrives. The venue is beautiful. Music plays softly while guests laugh and drink. Ryan moves confidently through the crowd, greeting everyone like a proud host. This is perfect, he whispers to me. Exactly how I imagined it. I smile politely. Across the room, I notice Sophia enter quietly. A few minutes later, one of the other women arrives. Then another. Ryan doesn't notice them. But I do. My heart beats faster as the room fills with people.
Friends.
Co-workers. Business partners. Everyone Ryan cares about is here tonight. Exactly the way he wanted. Except tonight isn't the celebration he thinks it is. It's the beginning of the truth. And the moment it finally arrives, Ryan's perfect image will shatter in front of everyone. During the party, one of the women approaches Ryan. She smiles warmly, like someone greeting her boyfriend. Ryan's face turns pale instantly. He stumbles over his words, trying to explain. Before he can finish, another woman approaches. Then another. Guests begin whispering. Confusion spreads across the room. Ryan glances at me nervously. I simply watch. The women begin asking questions. Why didn't you tell me you were married? Ryan looks trapped. His confident smile disappears. People nearby start listening closely. Ryan tries to laugh it off. It's a misunderstanding, he says. But the tension in the room keeps growing. Because the truth is getting closer. And Ryan's mask is starting to crack. Finally, I step forward and gently tap a glass to get everyone's attention. The room slowly quiets. Ryan looks at me nervously. I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. I begin calmly. Then I pause. There's something important I discovered after our wedding. Guests exchange curious looks. I begin showing the evidence. Messages. Photos. Financial records. Voice recordings. Gasps echo around the room. Ryan tries to interrupt, but my lawyer steps forward. He calmly confirms that everything shown is real, and that legal investigations may follow. Ryan's face goes completely pale. The confident man who controlled every story now looks terrified, because the truth is finally out, and everyone is watching. The reaction is immediate. Friends begin stepping away from Ryan. Business partners whisper angrily. One of the women demands her money back. Another threatens legal action. Ryan shouts that it's all lies, but the evidence is undeniable. Then Sophia steps forward. She explains why she didn't attend the wedding, how she discovered Ryan's lies, how he threatened her career to stay silent. The room grows quiet as people realize what really happened. Ryan's reputation begins collapsing right there, in front of everyone. The man who once controlled every story now has no control at all, and the consequences are only beginning. In the weeks that follow, Ryan's life unravels quickly. Multiple women file complaints. Investigations begin. Financial fraud accusations appear. Ryan's company suspends him immediately. Investors withdraw their support. Friends stop answering his calls. The life he carefully built through lies starts disappearing piece by piece. Meanwhile, my lawyer ensures my finances remain completely protected. Ryan never gets access to my savings or inheritance. Instead, his own financial activity becomes evidence against him. The trap he planned for me becomes the trap that destroys him. Months later, my life looks very different. The divorce is finalized. My finances are secure. Most importantly, Sophia and I slowly rebuild our friendship. Trust takes time, but honesty makes it possible. Sometimes we talk about the wedding day, about how close everything came to going wrong. Meanwhile, I hear occasional updates about Ryan. Legal troubles.
Death.
A reputation destroyed. The man who once believed he could manipulate everyone now struggles to convince anyone to trust him again. And for the first time since that wedding day, I feel peace. Not revenge. Just freedom. Looking back now, I understand something important. The biggest betrayal wasn't just Ryan's lies. It was how easily manipulation can isolate someone from the people trying to protect them. Ryan tried to turn me against Sophia. He hoped I would never question him. And for a while, he almost succeeded. But the truth has a strange way of surviving. Here's what I learned from all of this. Sometimes the person who disappears from your life is actually the one trying to protect you. Manipulators often isolate their victims from the people who see the truth. Patience and evidence can be more powerful than anger. And no matter how carefully someone builds their life on lies, the truth eventually tears it down. So if you're watching this story and something feels familiar, trust your instincts. Listen to the people who truly care about you. Because the strongest revenge isn't destroying someone. It's refusing to let them destroy you. And now I'm curious. If you were in my place, what would you have done?